Welcome to an Empower PL video tutorial. We're going to be creating Google Sheets from scratch. So as you can see on my screen, I'm already in my Google Drive account. If you're not already in your account and want to follow along, please make sure that you log into drive.google.com and connect with your Google account. Once you're in, you'll notice up at the top left, we have a plus button that it says new. We're going to click on that button, and in the drop-down menu, you'll see that one of your options is for Google Sheets. Go ahead and click on that button, and it'll pop open a new tab with a brand new Google spreadsheet. Now, for the purpose of this demo, I do already have some content that I'm going to use to populate this sheet to move us along a little faster. But before anything else, we need to title our sheet. And you'll notice up at the top left, we have the Google Sheet icon there in green. And next to that, you'll see where it says Untitled Sheet. So let's go ahead and title this. I'm going to call mine Demo Sheet for Video. Okay. And then once I've done that, once I've titled my sheet, I can now come down into my sheet area and start to populate it with content. So, but that's what you need to do as far as just creating a brand new sheet. So we've already created a sheet, we've titled it. Now we're ready to start adding content. So again, I'm going to go to another sheet that I've already created that has some data in it. So let's say we started to type in into the cells our data. So all I did was go into each cell and start typing, right? So this is what I have so far, and I've got a couple of different examples. In this one, we are going to have a book fair. So I'm going to show you just a couple of quick things when creating brand new sheets. For example, here, book fair, this is the title that I want to have up at the top. So I can do all kinds of things in regards to formatting, as far as changing my font if I want a different font up there. The size of the font, I can make it way bigger. I can bold it, italicize it, etc., change the color. So you can see that even just in those changes already, I can see up here at the top that my font has changed and the color has changed for that, or not the color, but the font and the size. So book fair is now a lot bigger, but I want it to consume all of these rows from A to D. So one of my options that I can use up here is to merge those particular cells in only that row. So I'm going to click on that button. And what you'll notice that happen is that now that entire, what used to be 4 rows is now one cell, where now I can also, let's go over to the alignment feature up here, this little icon right here in the drop-down menu. I can center the content within those particular rows. So this helps us with a little bit of formatting to make our sheet look exactly the way we want it to look. So you could obviously continue to do that to all of your content, but that gives you the idea. But let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of other things that you can do. So I'm going to go to, at the bottom of my spreadsheet, you'll notice I have 3 tabs: Book Fair, Event, Gradebook. I'm going to go to Event because what I want to show you next is a little bit of sorting. So to be able to sort your data. So let's say we've either copied and pasted this data from another sheet, somebody gave it to us, or we imported it. Or somebody filled out a form and this is the way the data is coming in, and it's not listed, for example, alphabetically or by order of whatever it is that you're wanting. On each of these columns, what you'll notice up at the top is a drop-down menu. See here, there's a little drop-down menu that I can click on, and it gives me all kinds of different options. In that drop-down, you'll notice that you can sort alphabetically from A to Z or from Z to A. Now, in my particular form, the names that I have are first name, last name. So if I sort alphabetically, it's going to be by first name. So let's click on that, sort, and it'll change all of my data here to sort based off of that information. Now, here's sort of the catch here is if you had titles up at the top, it is actually sorted those into the into the sheet as well. So that's sort of one thing to watch out for. Normally what I do here is pretty much just not put that information until after I've sorted, or only sort certain sections. So what I need to do is get rid of this from here. So I'm gonna just do a really quick highlight there. As you can see, I've highlighted the entire row, and you can come up here and say cut. So it's gonna end up cutting that content, and I'm gonna come up here to row 1, and you'll notice that I'm not clicking on A, but I'm clicking on the 1 over on the right-hand side. So I'm just selecting it and then right-clicking and say insert 1 above. So what it's going to do is it's going to insert a row above that. And now all I'm going to do is go back to edit and say paste, and it added that information right up there. So now it's no longer down here at the bottom where it was previously, but I do need to come back down to row 35, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to say delete row because it's just empty, right? We don't want it there. So that was just to fix the issue, of course, when we did the sort. But that's how you sort. You can also, in addition to sorting, you can filter. So let's say, for example, here, I've got folks that are coming from ABC school, from Red school, from 123 school. Let's say I only want to see participants that are coming from ABC school. So what I want to do then is filter my results, right? So up here at the top right, you'll notice this little funnel looking icon. And we're going to click on that. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us some additional buttons that we didn't necessarily have before. So see these little lines here, that's the filter indication that we can filter these fields. So what I'm going to do is select this one, and you'll notice it lists all 3 of my different kinds of schools. I'm going to clear because right now it had all of them selected, and I only want to see participants that are coming from ABC school. Select that. So that's the only one with a check mark. And then I'm going to click on OK. And so now what you see on my view here on my spreadsheet is only people coming from ABC school. To unfilter, I just go right back in, and you'll notice it's filtered because it gives you the little funnel icon now, which is different from just the filter letting you know, hey, you can filter this particular column. But now I know that right now my spreadsheet is currently filtered. So if ever you come to a sheet and you're like, whoa, there should be a lot more information and I can't see all the data that used to be here, look out for filters, because sometimes some people, if you're collaborating on a sheet with somebody else, sometimes somebody's left a filter and they forgot to unfilter the data. So just look for those icons. And if you do see that funnel, that lets you know, hey, this has been filtered. And so all we're doing is clicking on the icon, selecting all to take us back to the view that has everybody in there. Okay. So that is how you sort data and also filter data. One last thing here I want to show you. You saw me do it earlier, but just as an additional feature, let's say we wanted to add another person, and we want to keep this in alpha order. So I'm going to add a row. So I'm going to come over to row 35. I'm going to right click and then say insert either row above or below. So you would make your selection. So I'm going to say above, and then you would come in here and start typing that person's name. So I'll just add my name here. I'll say I'm also from Red School, and yes, I've RSVP'd. So that's how you insert there. Let's say, for example, you wanted to insert a column. So I could come up here to the top, let's say to column C. I want to add perhaps an email address for these attendees. So I right click and then say insert one to the left. And then I would title this up here email. And then obviously you could add the emails there. So just an easy way to insert content even within the content you already have. You don't have to start all over again. That's one way to easily do that. So just a couple of quick basics that I wanted to show you about spreadsheets. I hope that it has been helpful.